Joe Pags Show. Glad to have you along for the ride, and so glad to have back these lovely ladies. It's Diamond and Silk. How are you?
Oh, wonderful. I hope you're doing well.
I'm doing very well. And as you know, and I told you this a minute ago, and I'm going to put a little echo on it to make it more Valentine's Day-like. I love you, love, girl.
We love you more.
Love you more.
Well, I always appreciate that. Thank you so much. As I said, when you come on my show, the ratings go through the roof, so let's get right to it. ChitChatTour.com, by the way. People can still go there and find out where you're speaking next, right? ChitChatTour.com.
ChitChatTour.com. We're going to be in D.C. February the 23rd. Go to ChitChatTour.com to get your tickets.
So we're kicking it off at Trump International.
Oh, I love that. Isn't that a nice place? No, we were there. I was there recently when we went to the Christmas party for the president, and it's a beautiful place. Now, do you get a bunch of crap because you decide that you will play at a Trump, a hotel? Because people have such a problem with his name on anything these days.
Oh, we don't get any crap. People love it.
Right.
Well, we're on in D.C. now, so that's good. We'll get a lot of people who are listening in Washington, D.C. to come and see you. There's so much going on. We've got this new deal. Some conservatives like you guys and me have a problem with it, so they're not really like us, because I think that it's a smart thing to continue funding the government, and then the president says, well, we've got an emergency at the border. Well, I'm going to go and get the money elsewhere. What do you think about all that?
Well, first of all, you have to understand that the Democrats, I call them the Democrat rats.
Right.
What they tried to do is tie the president's hand. So what the president did was, okay, we'll sign this, but I am going to declare a national emergency at the border. And it is a national emergency.
It is, yeah.
Because look at the crisis. Look at the drugs that's crossing our borders.
That's right.
Also, when you look at the Democrats and how they've taken and they play games and they created loopholes so that illegal aliens could just run amok in our country, that's also creating a crisis.
That's right.
So the president was well within his rights to declare a national emergency.
And another thing that our president did is allow the Democrats to expose their real agenda.
Right.
They ran around talking about health care, but look who they gave money for health care: foreign entities, foreign countries. They gave $3.1 billion to foreign countries, but only gave $1.375 to Americans
to secure the border.
And we think that is a disgrace, because that's American tax dollars that's being used to fund foreign entities.
Right. And one more thing. How do you expect for Border Patrol agents to do their job?
Yes.
But you don't want to fund the resources that they need to do the job. So you're also contributing to the crisis.
No, I think you're absolutely right. It's Diamond and Silk, ChitChatTour.com. Find out where they're going to be next. Go and see them. They're great authors. They're great commentators. They're great movie makers. Everything you guys touch is turning to gold for good reason, because you're just that talented. When I watch what's unfolding, I think you're right. During the negotiations, I was skeptical. I didn't like that we signed a month-long CR so that we can keep on funding the government. I wish they would have just decided it. But what the president did was he got Nancy Pelosi that offered him $1 to give him $1.3 billion. And now he says there's a national emergency on the border. I'm going to take $8 billion more, try to stop me. He really did. I mean, he outwitted them, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
And I'm glad that he found that $8 billion. He went and found that $8 billion so that we can go ahead and start the building. He's not going to waver on this issue. Our national security is very important. If anything happens on his watch, the first person they want to blame is the president of the United States.
Right.
And shame on Congress, especially the Democratic Congress, for not wanting to secure our borders, for not seeing that there is a crisis when it comes to the American people and their national security. Their security, that is a crisis within itself, and shame on them for not understanding that.
And how is it that Congress used American tax dollars, to fund walls over in other countries like Tunisia? Our American tax dollars is going to fund walls over in Tunisia while American borders are open.
And can I just say this here?
Please.
Whenever you come to my house, you need to ring a doorbell or knock on the door.
That's right.
When you take and you come through the window of my house and I don't even know you're coming, what you're doing is breaking and entering.
Yeah.
So it's time to stop allowing illegal aliens to break into the windows of America and make them use the door. We will have a door if they will fund the wall, let the wall go up. Now you go to the door, get in line. line and wait your turn.
Yeah, it is such a good point. It's diamond and silk. You know, people try to pretend like the wall is the Great Wall of China or the Berlin Wall. It's not. There are gates, there are openings, there are doors, there are ways in, and there always will be. We want immigrants to come here. Just follow our laws. I don't think that's asking a lot. They just had dueling rallies in El Paso. The mainstream media is lying about the size of the rally for the left. The president drew about 50,000 people. Those outside, those inside. I've seen estimates from 35 to 45 to even higher. Beto O'Rourke, Robert Francis O'Rourke, he calls himself Beto for some reason. He's not Hispanic at all. He's Irish. This guy had a rally where maybe he had 3,000. Then they bumped up the estimate in the legacy media to about 7,000. He was protected by a fence the entire time to keep the people from going. I'm not even making that up. He was. But this guy now was asked yesterday, if you could, would you tear down the fence, which, by the way, is very effective in El Paso? Would you tear it down? He said, yes, I would. And then he alleged that fences and walls kill people. Help me out with this, ladies.
Well, first of all, Beto need to stop acting like his brain is full of Play-Doh and use common sense when it comes to border security.
That's right.
Another thing is he live in a house supported by walls. Yet he's telling us the walls going to kill us and we need to tear down the walls. Well, he need to probably tear down his whole house and just leave the foundation for him to stand on and then tell us how that's working for him.
Right, because we're sitting here right now with walls. We're surrounded by walls, but we hadn't been killed by them yet.
Yeah,
right.
That's right. Yeah, it's funny. Well, I've got a fence around my house, and I'm not ashamed of it. I mean, if you want to come in, you press a button, I let you in. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand. And O'Rourke, by the way, is a multimillionaire. I mean, he's not some poor guy, and he's not necessarily the favorite son of El Paso either. He pretends like he is, but he's not. But this is the guy. I mean, Oprah's putting him on, ladies. Oprah is going to talk to Beto O'Rourke. Help me out here.
Okay, but understand this here. Oprah couldn't even get Abrams elected, okay? So she don't have no weight or no clout.
Right, she tried.
I don't care how much she interviewed Beto O'Rourke or whatever his name is.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter to me. I don't care about all of that. The deal is that this man will never be president. Now, ain't nobody gonna vote for him, but I do feel like him and Elizabeth Warren have a lot in common.
Oh, no.
Elizabeth Warren she wants to be a minority.
Yeah.
She and it looked like Beto, that's what he's running around here. See, that's what I call when you're trying to pander.
Yeah, no,
when
I
you're
agree.
trying to pull at the heartstrings and the emotion of minorities and you're trying to pander for votes.
Yeah.
You do silly things like that. The first thing they need to do before they start talking about we gonna run for something is embrace their identity.
Yeah.
That's what they need to do first.
No,
we need to know who they are.
I couldn't agree more. Because I got to tell you something now. Diamond and Silk are they're just absolutely magnificent. Go and see them. chitchattour.com. Find out where they are next. Go and see their movies. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys in the forefront of this are helping to educate Americans so much. It cracked me up last week or 2 weeks ago. I hope you saw this. The president tweeted out that he said Elizabeth Warren, who I sometimes call Pocahontas. I thought the tweet was so hilarious that he just slipped that in there. It's like he tongue-in-cheeks Elizabeth Warren so much, and she just can't get out of her own way. I mean, now something came up from about 20 years ago where she again said she's an American Indian. It is so strange to me. And Beto O'Rourke, as I said, is not Hispanic at all. But I live in Texas, and all the bumper stickers and all the billboards just say BETO. As if that's who the guy is. He's a fourth-generation Irish American. Listen, I don't have a problem with Irish Americans. That's not my deal. But if I walk around and say, you know, my name is Jose and not Joe, and I'm trying to pander, and let's just put Jose on a bumper sticker, you should call me out. This is classic cultural appropriation that the left complains about, but they're the ones doing it.
They're the ones. They're hypocrites.
Right. Yeah.
You have to understand they are hypocrites.
That's right.
But you know what, Joe? Let me just tell you this here. 1 million of them can get together and run against President Trump, they're not going to be able to beat him. Because the one thing I know about President Trump, he has the ability to pick you apart piece by piece. Yeah. And when he's done, you will never be able to put yourself back together again. Now, if you don't believe me, you go ask Crooked Hillary, because she's still running around here talking about what happened, asking what happened. So these people, I don't see how they're going to be able to run against President Trump. And why would we, the American people, want to vote for people that's pushing socialistic ideas down our throat? Want us to keep our borders wide open for people to run amok in our country. Why would we want to vote for something like that?
Well, I hope they keep on saying it, because the more they say it, you're right, the more he's going to get reelected. I think that the left is in disarray right now, and they have Pelosi has no idea what to do with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. She doesn't know what to do with this woman, and she's afraid to say anything about it.
Well, you know what? Nancy may be the House leader, but you know who running everything. Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, her Green New Deal was a disaster.
Yep.
I mean, and it's going to push, her Green New Deal is going to push us all the way back to the days of slavery.
That's right.
So we need to really take a look at it. These people are so radical. They're leaning so far to the left that they are about to just plumble into the ground.
That's
and we,
right.
the American people, don't want to go with them. Anytime you have somebody laughing at the fact that her district didn't get 25,000 jobs and she thought that was funny, picking at that, that tells you where her mindset is at.
Right.
Anytime you want to get rid of the cows, you want to get rid of airplanes, tear everything down and rebuild everything up, bankrupt our government. I mean, that tells you where her mindset. Listen, we should have dismissed her when she didn't know the 3 branches of government.
That's right.
That's when we should have. We thinking maybe she thought it was a tree limb, a leaf, and a tree trunk. Maybe that's what she thought.
It probably was.
And then she keeps talking about ice. Maybe she's talking about referring to the ice that's in her Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what. Listen, her ideas are so radical. I'm just like, I'm taken aback, and I got to take a step back. And now it's time to educate the public.
Yes.
This here is who you don't want running nothing in your country.
And not to mention, for the ones that are running, look at their district. Take a longer look at their district. It's full of poverty. It's full of American citizens living in tents with no running water. They're so concerned about these illegal aliens. And our Congress break our immigration laws, Title 8, Code 1324, which states that it's illegal to aid and abet illegal aliens. But our Congress uses our tax dollars to fund sanctuary cities, which to what? Aid and abet illegal aliens. I am tired of being an accessory to the crime of Congress.
That's right.
I could not agree more. It's Diamond and Silk. We're out of time, but I got to get a quick something from you on Jussie Smollett. This guy claims at 2:30 in the morning there are MAGA hat wearing rednecks walking around with rope and bleach looking to beat up gay black men. He wanted us all to believe that, and the news media immediately, even Robin Roberts yesterday morning before all the hoax stuff broke, said you should believe him. What do you take away? It's just a guy looking to take down the president, right?
Well, first of all, it's hard for me to believe that 2 white men that support the Make America Great Again movement gonna have some bleach and some rope and 0-degree weather, gonna pour it on you and gonna put the rope around your neck trying to beat you up at 2. Because let me tell you something about Trump supporters.
That's right.
We ain't out in the streets at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Not.
We in bad sleep because we got to get up and go to work the next day.
We have jobs.
Listen, and the second thing is, this story, it's hard for us to believe this story, especially when you don't want to turn over your records. You saying you don't want nobody to see the pictures on your phone, all you have to do is use the USB port and transfer those pictures over to another port and erase your phone with your picture.
Falling apart even more every day. It's Diamond and Silk, as I said before, and I'll say it again, I could do 3 hours with you guys, and it's just that good. Every single thing that you have, everything that you bring, it makes me proud to be an American and proud to be your brother. It is Diamond and Silk. Go and check them out, chitchattour.com. Go and buy everything they do, see everything they do, and really, really understand